Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on a Miami blood rapper who snitched, got shot at, then snitched again. 26-year-old Jalen Coleman, who's more commonly known as Soulja Reek, is a Miami rapper with questionable ties to sex, money, murder, an infamous gang formed in the Bronx that was once part of the United Blood Nation. Like many of the New York blood sets, they bled their way down south, becoming some of the most prominent gangs on the East Coast. Miami wouldn't be spared, as infamous hoods like the Pork and Beans projects would become red zones primarily controlled by Bloods. Reek would claim the Scott Lake neighborhood in Miami Gardens and can be seen throwing bees all the way back in 2014 at 16 years old, which would be confusing because he can also be seen throwing up Crip on his first day of school. So let's just say at this point, Reek hasn't picked a team, or at least a gang, because Reek was actually on the school football team and would even be leaving the K out of words to not disrespect his Crippin', because you know CK is Crip Killer. It wouldn't be until 2015 when Reek could be seen throwing up sex, money, murder, but he's actually throwing it down. Playing football for Carroll City High, only months later Reek can be seen holding a Glock with the caption reading, "A lot of shooters round my way, please don't get changed, bloody." It would seem 2015 was the year Reek transitioned into the streets, as he was now a full-blown gang member. By 2018, Reek was dropping music videos in the jungles of Miami and inside of a garage. His street life was at its peak, as he was now out of high school, which is usually when everyone starts claiming the streets because they don't know what the fuck to do with their life after high school. But 2018 would also be the year Reek snitched. Dating a female named Estrella Watkins, she'd receive a certificate of appreciation from the Miami-Dade Police Department, where she was mentored as she was moving to attend Tallahassee Community College. Unfortunately for her, that meant her boyfriend Reek was moving with her. August 8th, 2018. A Tallahassee police officer was approached by a male in the Seminole Grand Apartments just before 11:30 in the morning. He identified himself as Jalen Coleman and said he was robbed. Jalen, or Reek, would provide a verbal summary of the robbery as well as a sworn statement. Reek and his pregnant girlfriend Estrella were asleep inside of their apartment when they woke up to the sound of their front door being forced open. 4 black males entered the bedroom saying, "Where it's at," before one of them grabbed Reek and hit him in the mouth with a pistol. That's when all 4 males began striking and kicking him, one of them grabbing Reek's Xbox, while the others forced him out of his room as they continued kicking ass when Reek's girlfriend yelled out that she was pregnant. Having a change of heart, they all left the apartment. An Xbox and Reek's wallet containing his credit cards, ID, and even his girlfriend's ID were now gone. Reek would tell police he's familiar with the suspects who robbed him, while his girlfriend said they were unknown to her. Reek would admit he bought weed from one of them before and identified the suspects as Kenson Joseph, Jawan Van, Bezo, and an additional male. Reek knew Joseph lived in apartment 521. Both Reek and his girlfriend would provide written statements, and Reek would state he wanted to prosecute, while his girlfriend said she did not. Another officer responded to the scene and was informed by an unidentified male a neighboring apartment had also been burglarized. The officer would make his way to apartment 521's door, noticing it was open but not damaged. Making a verbal announcement, nobody answered. The officer would make his way inside, concerned someone may be injured, but would find nothing aside from a damaged bedroom door that appeared to be forced open. Speaking with the complex management, officers learned a tenant named Kenson Joseph resided in apartment 521. He was also one of the males Reek identified to police that broke into his place and robbed him. Management told officers Joseph came in at 9 a.m. reporting his apartment had been broken into. Telling him to report it to law enforcement, Joseph told management he'd handle it himself. A week later, investigators separately showed Reek and his girlfriend a photo lineup that included Joseph. Both of them would positively identify Joseph as one of the suspects who robbed them. Reek would go on to clarify to investigators he wasn't the one who broke into Joseph's apartment. Probable cause was established and a warrant was issued for Joseph for his participation in the robbery. August 24th, 2 weeks after the robbery.
Topping your news tonight, Tallahassee police have arrested a man in connection with the shooting at the Seminole Grand Apartments. The incident happened yesterday around 1 p.m. on West Tharp Street. 21-year-old Jawan Van is now in jail in Leon County. He faces 6 charges, including attempted homicide.
It was 1 p.m. when officers responded to the same apartment complex after reports of a shooting. Making their way to Reek's apartment, they'd find a man with a gunshot to his stomach and ass laying on his back in Reek's living room. The victim, identified as William Jaquez Jr., will be transported to the hospital to undergo emergency surgery. Reek and his girlfriend would speak with responding officers inside of the apartment, saying they were inside when someone fired 7 shots through the front door. Both Reek and his girlfriend believed the shooting was retaliation for them snitching on the robbery, but that wouldn't stop Reek from snitching again. Reek would tell investigators he and Jaquez were walking in the apartment complex, headed towards the mailboxes when Reek saw a maroon Hyundai drive past them. As the vehicle slowed down, Reek saw Jawan Van, the same male he identified from the robbery. Jawan was yelling from inside the vehicle as Reek and Jaquez turned around, making their way back to the apartment. As they were walking, Reek noticed Jawan on foot, trying to sneak up behind them. Reek started to shove Jaquez into the first floor hallway as Jawan lifted his arm, aiming a gun. That's when gunfire erupted. Reek told investigators he believed Jawan was attempting to sneak up and kill them from behind. Jaquez would also pull a firearm, shooting back before handing the gun to Reek, who told investigators he too fired the gun, hoping to scare Jawan off. Running into Reek's apartment, they shut the door as Reek entered the bedroom where his girlfriend was, while Jaquez stayed in the living room. She'd ask about the gunshots she just heard when all of a sudden bullets started flying into the apartment. They were coming through the front door and shattering the glass of the rear door when Jaquez yelled out he was hit. When the gunfire stopped, Reek's girlfriend would go to help Jaquez while Reek called the police. Officers would find 7 bullet holes in the front door and 7 .40 caliber shell casings. Several 9mm shell casings would be found down in the first floor hallway, and officers would recover a 9mm inside of Reek's bedroom that he stated he obtained for protection after the home invasion. Reek would tell the officer he only saw Jawan inside of the vehicle and was familiar with him through multiple prior contacts as they had a friendly relationship before the home invasion. Come to find out, Kenson Joseph sold weed to Reek, and the day before Joseph's house was broken into, Reek called him and Joseph said he wouldn't be back until the morning. When he got back, he saw his house was broken into and his weed, Xbox, and gun were gone. That same gun would be found by officers in Reek's apartment. That Xbox would be taken back by Joseph in the home invasion. Reek would post a video to his Facebook wearing a gold watch and red sneakers, also taken from Joseph's house, while a man behind him can be seen flexing with Joseph's stolen handgun. That video is still posted to Reek's Facebook. So all in all, Soulja Reek, the Miami goon claiming sex, money, murder, broke into his weed man's house to steal his shit. His weed man would do a home invasion, Reek would get pistol whipped and beat up, then snitch on everyone who did it. Finding out he's a snitch, Jawan would slide on Soulja Reek and end up shooting the shit out of Reek's homeboy, and Reek would snitch again. Jawan Van would be charged with attempted murder, but end up with 5 years in prison for home invasion and aggravated assault. What's crazy is Reek's girlfriend, who in 2022 became a corrections officer in Georgia, kept it more gangster than Reek, as she didn't even want to press charges, while Soulja Reek was calling 911 and wanting to prosecute. For his snitchery, Soulja Reek would only do 60 days in jail for hitting a lick on the weed man's house, followed by 2 years of probation and 100 hours of community service. With his ops in jail, Reek would eventually move back down to Miami to continue his gangster rap career as if nothing ever happened. Now this case is crazy, and I ain't gonna lie, Soulja Reek is dangerous because he's the type to violate you, and when you violate back, he snitches on you. That's a bad dude. That's somebody nobody wants smoke with because you can't fuck with him. He'll violate you illegally, steal your shit, break into your house when you're not there, grab all your stuff, da 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 da. But then when you go into his house and get his mind right, he's calling the police, putting them all on you. It's like, damn. And then you still running around doing this, claiming blood, sex, money, murder. I'm from Miami, I'm in the streets. We got 30s and choppers, and it's like, boy, you be telling. Like, what the fuck? Like, your gang backup is the fucking police department. Like, instead of calling your homies to slide, you finna call troll. That's crazy. Like, that's like the definition of a fucking rat. Like, you a bad man. They came into my house. I want to press charges. I want to do this. His gun's my gun, but I stole it from his house. But fuck that. He tried me, so I'm telling on him. Like, damn. You a bad man, Soulja Reek. Now, looking at his views, obviously his rap career ain't taking off, and it doesn't deserve to because of how much snitching he's done. I mean, you put somebody away for 5 years. Yeah, you could say, like, he shot at you, you know what I'm saying? But then again, you snitched on his homie who was getting his Xbox back. Like, for all the gamers out there, how would you feel if somebody came in your house and stole your PS5 or your Xbox? You gonna want the shit back. All Joseph did was go and get his shit back. And then he told on him. And then his homie was like, oh, you finna tell on my homie for getting his shit back? We can't play Xbox. We ain't getting on Warzone no more because you told and took his shit. I'm sliding on you. So his homeboy slid on him, fired his shit up, and then he got told on. That shit is unexcusable. That shit, there ain't nothing you could come up with to be like, oh, nah, but it ain't even go like that. That shit there, nah. But let me know what y'all think about this shit. Let me know, do y'all think he's a rat for what he did? I mean, because apparently the definition is all fucked up. But if you break into someone's house, steal their shit, they break into your house, beat you up and steal it back, and then you call the police, what does that make you? Let me know in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. Till next time.